welcome to another makeup and shit talk, and today I am very angry. So let me set the scene for you. Now, I suffer from massive depression, like literally, clinically. I've been to several therapists, I've had at least 20 therapists in my life since the age of 7. So sometimes I will feel like, oh, I want to cut myself. But I don't. Instead, I watch something that's completely painful. And look at me, no scars, because it's a tried and true solution. Instead of self-harm, I just watch something I know I will hate. So usually I watch the L Word, the original version. Now you might be thinking, Kendall, aren't you a lesbian? Isn't L Word like the Bible? No, it isn't. It's like a hate crime. That's a TV show. It's horribly sexist, homophobic, biphobic, transphobic. It's horrible. But today I thought I'd do something different, and I watched Mediaholic's review of the 2024 Mean Girls. Now here's the thing. I have seen all of the hate on Mean Girls. I've seen all of it. And a lot of people on my TikTok feed who are complaining about this, they're like, the movie completely ruined the musical. And the main character sings like she had a lobotomy, basic stuff like that. And that made me angry, sure, it did. But this made me more angry. So it was useful for not wanting to cut myself. But anyways, not the point. So, basically, this woman, Mediaholic, I don't know her name, I've never watched her before, but honestly, she made a video called The New Diverse Mean Girls, which I'm not going to link below because I'm not trying to start any fights, but the new diverse, she uses the word diverse in her title, she is terrible and unwatchable, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You know what I hate about people on the internet and rooting, because here's the thing, I'm going to be real with you, I love the new Mean Girls. There was a lot of things in that movie that I liked. I liked the songs. I like the songs better in the Mean Girls movie than the Mean Girls musical. I know, unpopular opinion to have, but I'm not going to talk about all of the people that hates the movie because it's not the musical. I'm talking about Mediaholic, because I've never watched this woman. I don't watch her. I just saw this one video, and I actually wasn't even thinking of self-harm until recently, so I decided, you know what, I'm definitely going to hate this, so I'm going to watch it. But then I was personally offended, because I'm an English major, and all of her criticism of the movie Mean Girls read to me like, oh, you don't understand not only this movie, but also the original Mean Girls. Because here's the thing, she calls the Mean Girls a cult classic. I don't think she knows what the word cult classic is, because it is a classic. It is a movie that should be analyzed. It is a movie that should be talked about in film critique classes. And we should already have some red flags going up. She calls it the diverse Mean Girls, and she has a whole section where they say Damien's black. Karen, the dumb friend, is a person of color. I don't know if she's black. I don't know. Janice is both a lesbian and is played by a Hawaiian woman. Oh my god, the horror! And I'm like, why is this a point? What point are you making by saying, oh, the horror? They casted a black Damien. How dare they? What? What's your point? She does not have one, by the way. She has no point. She just says it's diverse now. And she says another thing that basically is like the gay jokes at Janice are no longer there. Now, you might be thinking, Kendall, that's a very neutral statement to say. No, she says it as a bad thing. What? And she says that, because that Janice is gay now, and because 2024 is so woke, they cut out all the gay jokes And in the original movie, that is not because they don't make gay jokes because of homophobia. They're making fun of bullying, because bullying should not do. What the fuck? I'm sorry, I love the original Mean Girls, but that part was homophobic. I'm sorry, that was a homophobic thing. And the fact that Katie and Janice didn't even get together in this version still makes me mad. But yeah, I was like a little pissed off. I'm a gay woman. I'm a gay woman. I've always wanted Janice to be gay as a child, as I watched the movie. I've always wanted Janice to be gay. It's always a thing and this movie doing that for me was very nice. I actually like the representation. She got a girlfriend at the end of it. She didn't just get stuck with the most annoying character. That weird guy, Kevin G. I don't know. Is that his name? It's his rapper name. Because, yeah, he's a fucking rapper. My God, fucking Christ. Yeah, she has to end up with that guy in the original. Thank God that didn't happen. Thank God he was barely in this movie. This was the most annoying-ass person ever. And kind of racist. Like, what kind of man says, I only date women of color without being a little bit racist? And I know I shouldn't say that because I'm a white woman. But honestly, I don't think you should specifically say, I only date women of color of any race. Because that is just, like, at least racial fetishizing. But what do I know? I'm a white woman. So she's saying, Mediaholic is saying that, oh, there was no gay jokes on Janice, and that is bad. Because it doesn't, like, she's not bullied enough as, like, a gay woman. What? Here's the thing about gay women in media is there's not a lot of us here. There's a lot of gay men. I mean, there's still not a lot of gay men. There's more gay men than gay women. So gay women, they don't exist in media. And every time they do, they get canceled by Netflix. Specifically Netflix. I see you, Netflix. I see what you're doing. But, and when they are there, they're completely sexualized. And they're usually toxic relationships. I'm looking at you, Orphan Black. But they're usually toxic. They're usually fetishistic. Like, I've seen more sex scenes between Delphine and Cosima in Orphan Black than I ever did with Sarah Manning and the multitude of guys she dates over the series. Anyways. But that's not my point. The point is that whenever a gay woman exists in media, she always has to have homophobia addressed at least once. And everyone's like, well, it's the time period. It's the early 2000s. Of course they're going to make gay jokes. That is like saying that Lucas from Stranger Things should be a victim of a hate crime because he's black in the 80s. That's the exact same thing. Because here's the thing about homophobia. It's a systemic issue. Homophobia is a systemic issue, and yes, we have homophobia, but just like black people, the racism that they face is not the only thing interesting about the black person. Just like the homophobia we face as gay women, or anyone in the LGBT, is not the same thing is not the only thing that is interesting about us. Like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty interesting. The stories need conflict, but that's not the only thing that is about us. God! Can we have, like, one gay character in Stranger Things that doesn't have to be horribly closeted? Lucas never gets racist comments thrown at him, but we can't have one gay character in the 80s. I know. Okay, I'm off topic. So, Mediaholic does this thing that I fucking hate. I fucking hate this. When a reviewer or even a person does that. They'll say something like, there's literally a song, this is actually a line from her, there's literally a song about the characters dressing sexy for Halloween. I know. I'm not making this up. You know that line? Like, I know I'm not making this up. No one's responding to you. This is a YouTube video. I'm alone in my house. That's like me. Like, that literally is such a bad argument. Because I'm an English major. I make arguments about art for my college degree. That's exactly what I do. And still, somehow, which palette should I use? I'm thinking this one. What do you think, guys? So here I am, just a person getting angry at this person because they did not understand both this movie and the original Mean Girls. Because they're like, oh, they don't make gay jokes about Janice because it's too woke. What? They don't make racist jokes about Lucas in Stranger Things, but no one's complaining about that. Of course they don't, because that's not something you're supposed to complain about. I'm not saying Lucas should be the victim of a hate crime, racially motivated. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, like, it's a systemic issue, and, like, you shouldn't expect the only gay stories to be about homophobia, because we are full people, like Lucas from Stranger Things. We are full people that don't deserve to be shoved in a closet the entire show until the show ends, and then they magically get a girlfriend without any build-up. Because, okay, now, I'm getting off topic. I can talk at length about this, about the whole Stranger Things gay issue. I'm not going to. Because, so, like, this woman, now, she says the songs are not catchy. The songs are not memorable. And she says, like, the song Revenge Party, which I'll admit, that's not my favorite song in the movie. Probably, like, Someone Gets Hurt. That was an amazingly performed song. She doesn't mention that, though, because she wants you to think the movie is bad. Anyways, so anyways, she says in the song Revenge Party, it's supposed to be this evil, like, hardcore number. Like, it should be this evil hardcore number of these characters doing morally questionable things. And I'm like, that's not even the tone it was in the original movie. Where are you getting this from? Because here's the thing. A lot of people misremember classics. And I'm not misremembering, because I just watched the movie after I saw Mean Girls 2024 in theaters. And so, when Mediaholic said, oh, this is supposed to be a hardcore number, by the way, it's not Wednesday. I'm wearing pink on my eyes, which I think should count. I feel like if Katie wore pink eyeshadow on Wednesday, I think it should count. I don't think she's breaking the rules of the Regina George Club. Whatever. So my normal... I don't have my mirror today, but I'm so mad that this person comes on the internet and is like, how dare the Mean Girls movie be diverse? How dare it be a musical? How dare? She doesn't even mention the musical, which, by the way, isn't good. I'm just going to say that right there. I watched the bootleg after I watched the movie, because everyone was saying, oh, the Mean Girls movie musical is bad because the musical is so much bad. It's not a good musical, guys. I'm saying, like, because in my favorite scene, the Someone Gets Hurt musical number, it is so much better done in the movie. I think about that. I just want the movie to be out in theaters before, so I can just watch that scene over and over again. I fucking love that scene. And, like, honestly, like, I did notice that they were making diverse choices in the casting, because, you know, Damien's black, Janice is Hawaiian, and honestly, and Karen is a woman of color, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Why does that matter? I'm sorry to Mediaholic. Black people and people of color exist. I'm so sorry to be the one that has to break that to you, because apparently you don't know that already. Let me get my mirror. Hold on. I'm gonna put it off camera, but so you don't have to see. I just need to do my eyeliner. I'm just, like, annoyed. Because throughout her entire video, her only critique, the whole video is literally her only argument to saying it's bad isn't looking at the themes of the characters, of the massive character improvement, I might add. instead of focusing on any of that, or the plot, the story, instead of focusing on anything of that, she just makes it like, how dare is it a musical? And then the musicals are not good, and they're too woke. The musicals are too woke, and they delete scenes from the original, and that did not work in the original. And then she says it's too woke, and then she says, yeah, the character does this. I know. I'm not making this up. You know that line that a lot of reviewers use? That's not an argument. That's not an argument. That was never an argument. Never an argument. That's just saying pineapple shouldn't be on pizza, and they're saying it should be. I know. See, that's literally not an argument. When was that ever an argument? I don't mind if you have different opinions from me. I do mind, however. I do mind when you don't have an actual opinion. You're just mad that it's woke. You're mad that there's a black Damien. That's all you're mad about. You're just saying that the original was this perfect thing that never should have been changed. And it's a classic. It's a classic. Call what the original was a classic, and then call what the original also was problematic. Making Janice gay is not what ruined the movie. It never ruined the movie. And then making characters diverse is literally the word she uses, does not ruin the movie. Making it a musical does not ruin the movie. You're just racist. You're just homophobic. I'm sorry, you are. Because literally that's what she titles her video. It's like she wants. And then she like has her dad back her up. Like, damn, that's really sad. Like, you don't see my parents coming on my channel and backing my terrible opinions up. No, that's sad. Why is your dad doing this? And also the dad's comments weren't even good. It was too loud. That's all he says. He says it for so long. He says the same thing over and over. It's too loud. They spent too much money on it. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, fucking Christ. She's never gonna see this. I don't want her to see this. I don't want to start an argument with her specifically, because I know she'll just, like, loop the same opinion over and over again and not listen to a thing I have to say. Because she's too busy hearing herself talk and liking hearing herself talk. Because that's all she's doing. She's speaking into the void and saying the Mean Girls movie wasn't good because it's diverse. And everyone's gonna believe her because she made a full-length video about it. I would honestly hate to argue with this person. I'd hate to start a fight. I just had to come on and share this because having an argument with her, because I thought about leaving a comment of how she did not understand the movie, which she didn't, but having an argument with someone like that is kind of similar to having an argument with the sun. It doesn't really respond to any of your points. It kind of just, like, loops on an endless loop all the time. And no matter what I say to the sun, it's not going to have any other argument besides beating me down with heat. So there's no point. Because I thought about leaving a comment and voicing my concerns, which I will gladly talk about the movie and how it was better. And if you want to see that, comment below. But I would gladly talk about the movie and how much better it was from the musical, but not better than the original, just the same in a different way. And I would gladly talk about that. But, like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how, like, everyone always likes to say whenever a black character is replaced by a white character, they're always like, oh, it's woke now. How dare they be woke? Like, woke is such a bad word. You know where the word woke stems from? It stems from actually being active in, like, politics and society. And it's a great word. Why are we using it like it's a bad word? And now we're, like, saying that, like, these people, how dare they? Because, like, I don't know if you know this, Mediaholic. People of color exist. They go to high school. I know, it's a crazy thing to think. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to think that people of color, of all colors, white, black, brown, other colors, probably blue or green, we haven't seen them yet, but I have a theory about that. Lizard people, basic stuff. I don't actually believe in lizard people, and I know it's an anti-Semitic, conspiracy theory. I'm just trying to make a joke. But, what makes me mad isn't that she's being well, that does make me mad. But it's not about being racist, being sexist, being homophobic. It's not even about that. It's that she doesn't have a fucking argument. She does not have an argument. And that is what makes me so mad. Because there are things to critique about Mean Girls 2024. But what she's saying is not critique. It's just being mad without a reason. What is the reason? What is the reason? So I just want to say to Mediaholic, who will not watch this video, I'm a very small creator, and also I don't want her to. She'd probably be very mad at me. But all I have to say to her is that, actually have an argument. Talk about the themes. Literally, she says that, Janice should be a victim of homophobia because that's what bullying is, and it's not, and the original movie was better for having homophobia. What? I didn't write a script. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ranting. This was so dumb. And I'm going to post it anyways, because I've been recording for this long. But anyways, my point is, have an actual argument. Stop saying woke. It's too woke, and then moving on in the conversation. Because not only are you being everything-ist and everything-phobic, that doesn't mean you're right. And I fucking hate it when people say, they did this thing. Yeah, I'm not making this up. That fucking thing, that just pisses me off. And I just really wish that we could actually have some informed criticisms about Mean Girls 2024 without people being the actress playing Katie probably had a lobotomy just now. Or people saying it's too woke. Let's actually analyze the movie and not try to compare it to the other things that it's based on, because it's based on so many things. It's based on the movie, the musical, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the themes. Let's look at, the message, the symbolism, the fact that Janice should have ended up with Katie, which I will still be rallying against. It doesn't make sense that they'd have that scene where it's not my fault you're in love with me. That doesn't make sense if they're not going to end up together. That's going to be my main point in my video about Mean Girls, is that. But let's actually have an argument about stuff that matters. The themes, the characters, the plot, the symbolism, maybe even the music. But probably not the music, because you're all wrong. And I'm the only one who's right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But, let's actually have an argument and not just this crap. Alright, thank you for watching. And I hope you all have an amazing day. And I'm sorry I didn't get this video out in time, because I've been building a chalkboard. That's a video that's going to come out in the future. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this. If you liked it, like this video, subscribe to get more content, and have a nice day. Bye!